Tuition, financial aid, and scholarships. We often get asked the question, well, how much will this whole program cost me? And we're unable to answer that question because each student is different. The biggest differentiator on cost are you a Texas resident or not? And how many credit hours are you going to take per semester? The more credit hours you take, the lower your cost per credit hour. So the fastest way to get an estimate of your attendance costs for 2 semesters is to go to this URL and use this tool. It's finaid, finaid.utdallas.edu/calculator. Using this tool, you can enter approximately how many credit hours do you plan to enroll in per term? Are you a Texas resident? Do you plan on living on or off campus? You hit submit and you'll get a number that will give you a good estimate on your cost for 2 semesters. Again, there is no fixed cost per credit hour. The more credit hours you take, the lower your cost per credit hour. If you want a more accurate number beyond just this estimate, you can contact the bursar's office. The bursar handles all tuitions and set up tuition payment plan. You go to its webpage at bursar.utdallas.edu, or you can email the office at bursar@utdallas.edu. This office has the experts on tuition plans. They can give you a much closer number to your actual costs. You can also call them at 972-883-6464. If you are an international student, you should also get to know ISO, which is the International Students and Scholars Office. This office assists international students with any question regarding visas, I-20s, and immigration. You can find its website online at isso.utdallas.edu. When you're there, you can make an appointment for an online chat session, which is often the fastest way to get you answers. You can email the program at ISO prospective@utdallas.edu. Please allow 10 to 15 days for a reply. ISO is extremely busy. It will reply to you. It just takes time. Financial aid is only available to U.S. citizens and permanent residents. International students are not eligible for U.S. government financial aid. If you are applying for the fall semester, you should get your FAFSA form in by mid-April. For the spring semester, mid-October. You want to get your FAFSA, FAFSA, in as early as possible so that university gets its money and you don't have to pay up front. So you complete your FAFSA form. You can find this by just Googling FAFSA. FAFSA will send you an AIO report that tells you what you qualify for. Once you're admitted, you'll start getting a letter from UTD, depending on the semester, either April or November, telling you how much the government's paying and how much you will owe. There's a question on the application that's often confusing about whether you're going full-time or part-time. This only applies if you are getting U.S. government financial aid. In any case, if you're getting this government aid, you must maintain a 3.0 GPA, which all students have to do anyway, and complete 2/3 of your classes. If you're going part-time, and again, this only applies if you are getting U.S. government financial aid, you must do a minimum of 6 hours per semester in our long terms, which are spring and fall, and 3 hours in the summer. Our long terms are spring and fall, summer is our short term. If you are an international student or are not getting financial aid, full-time, part-time does not apply to you. If you don't submit your FAFSA application in time for the tuition payment, you might have to pay tuition up front. When the loan's approved, UTD reimburses you. To reduce delays and help prevent that from happening, get all your documents in on time and keep checking your email to make sure you're not missing any important messages. Once you're admitted to UT Dallas, you will be given a UT Dallas email address. It's an alphanumeric combination of your name at utdallas.edu. By U.S. law, any emails from the university to you have to be sent to that email address. Any emails from you to the university have to be sent from your UT Dallas email address. Don't use your Gmail or Hotmail or Proton Mail or whatever else you're using. Use your UTD email address. You will have a assigned contact by last name in the financial aid office, but for faster results, use the general email, which is financial-aid@utdallas.edu. For more information, go to utdallas.edu/finaid, FINAID. There is one scholarship available to new incoming students in the fall and spring semesters, and it's the Dean's Excellence Scholarship. It offers a one-time $1,000 payment. More importantly, it offers Texas resident status for the academic year for 2 consecutive terms, so fall and spring, spring and fall. These are long terms. These are awarded by the JSOM Dean's Office on the basis of a high GPA and a high GMAT GRE score. So even if your admission grants you a GMAT GRE waiver, you will still need a test score to apply for this scholarship. Please remember that. If you try applying for the scholarship without a test score, your application is going to be discarded. Once you've been here for at least a semester in the spring, there are other scholarships you can apply for. They're listed at the top. We encourage you to apply for as many as you're eligible for. However, students can only be granted one scholarship per semester. So if you get the Dean's Excellence, you can't be awarded a MERTI, and so on. You cannot stack scholarships.